Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. In today's episode we'll be making this straight cut a gown with Queen Anne neckline, so stay tuned.
So this is the material I'll be making use of. Is 2 years of damask fabric. So the first thing I'll be marking, I'm cutting the front and back together. As you can see the zipper allowance, but I will show you if you didn't see it very well. So the first thing I'm marking is the chest line, nipple points, waistline, hip line, and the full length. So I will make the dots visible. I'll go ahead and rule the lines. So this is the chest, the nipple points, the waistline, the hip line, so after the hip line then the full length. So the next thing I'll be marking is the shoulder line. Shoulder measurements divide by 2. The paper on top is the front while the down is the back. This is the zipper allowance. So the measurements I'll be taking will start from this zipper allowance, this line that I'm rolling. This will serve as the center front. So the next thing I'm going to mark is the shoulder measurements divide by 2 inches. I'll insert it. Then on the chest line, I'll be inserting the shoulder measurement also, which I will connect the 2 dots together. So I'm going to mark the neck width. The neck width I'm working with is 3 inches. Then the neck depth, 1.5 for the back. I'll be connecting the 1.5 for now. This is for the back. So I'll go down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. I'll connect it to the neck width. After which I will divide the remaining armhole into 2. In the middle part, in the middle, I will come in by 1/2 inch. Then on the chest line, I'll be inserting the bust measurement divide by 4. Though on this line I did come in by 1/2 inch on the middle part, but my curve ruler actually did the justice. So I'm going to connect the dots together. So the next thing I'm going to mark now, the nipple to nipple measurement, that is your bust pan. I'll be inserting it for the purpose of that, because I will be making use of that for this dress. So I'll go ahead and insert my nipple to nipple which is 8 divided by 2, 4 inches. I'm going to mark it down till your full length. If you don't want to insert a dart that will reach the full length, you can stop your dart line to 6 inches below your waist measurement, your waistline, sorry, 6 inches below the waistline, if you don't want to insert till you reach the full length. I'm just marking this for the purpose of the people that would like to insert that reach the full length. So the next thing I'll be taking out is the half of an inch on the both side, on the waist, on the hip line, down to the full length. So after that, I'm going to connect the dots. So on the nipple point, which is 10 inches, I'll be coming down by 1 inch. So this is the place I'll be connecting my dart to. This is where the dart will stop, 1 inch below the nipple point. Please remember that the front pattern is supposed to be on fold. So the next thing is to insert the bust measurement divided by 4, then plus the allowance that I will use to join them. Then on the waistline, I'll be inserting waist measurement divided by 4 plus inches that I'll use to join them and dart intake. Please don't forget to add your dart intake. So on the hip line, I'll be doing the same. Hip measurement divided by 4 plus dart allowance and the sewing allowance. So on the full length line, I'll be inserting the hip measurements, exactly what I have there, because I don't want it to be that pencil. The next thing I'm going to do is to connect the dots together. Please don't forget to add your dart intakes, please. So for the back, I'll be working on the back now. For the back, I'm adding 1.5 inches for the back from up to down, but on the waistline, I'll be removing half of an inch. The reason why I'm removing this half of an inch is to make the back pattern to lap very well on the body, to avoid zip bugging, so that place will not be buggy. So this is the back and this is the front. Remember, the front is on fold. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is how it's looking like after I have finished cutting them. I'll remove the back pattern, then we are going to work on the front pattern. For the neck, for the front pattern, the neck I'm working with is Anna's neck. So from the shoulder, I'm coming down by 5 inches. Then from the chest line at the center point, I'm coming up by 1.5 inches. You can go down as much as you want. So I'll be making use of my French curve here. That will do the justice for me. So the curve area is stopping at the 5 inches that I mentioned earlier. This is 5 inches. Then from there, I'll connect it to the 1.5 inches that I came up by from the chest line. I'll connect it this way. So I will not be making use of these parts. That is it for the front. So you can actually bring up your darts line to reach this new chest line. You can actually bring up your darts line to reach the new chest line. So I will go ahead and cut it on the fabric. I'm adding 1/2 inch that I will use to turn the lining at the up part. And at the shoulder line also. So I've done cutting it out, both the lining. I short the lining by 10 inches because I don't want my lining to be full lining. You can actually make your lining to be full. So the next thing I'm going to cut now is the sleeve. The sleeve length I'm working with is 12 inches plus 1 inch for folding. So I'm cutting a normal sleeve here, but I'm adding it extra inches allowance because I want it to be pleated. So I'll be pleating some parts on the shoulder line. So just cut your normal regular sleeve. Then if you want it to have a gathers or a pleat, you add it some inches.